So, I've heard it first from The View, because what I do is I go down and I scroll for all my stories. Apparently, Meghan McCain was fighting with her co-host about Tulsi Gabbard not being a Russian stooge. And maybe there's a little truth in rumors, so let's see. Tulsi Gabbard, the person who said Donald Trump was exonerated, so we should really move on. Girl, please. Now, there were two last time. What was it? George? Not George. It was Jill Stein and the other guy. I forget his name. He's forgettable. Gary Johnson. I think that was his name. So there were two last time. There's probably two this time. There's definitely one, because now the stories want to read. Tulsi Gabbard takes down Kamala Harris. No, she doesn't. So, the front runners, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. So, who's going to attack Joe Biden? So, we already got one attacking Kamala. So, and I think one of them has the best chance of being president. I'm still Elizabeth Warren fan, but I think it's one of them. I think it's Kamala, actually, but we'll see. Tulsi Gabbard. Are you a Russian stooge? Are you a plant? 9 of Wands, your outcome. This is everybody's card for Putin. That's my card for Donald Trump's support system. So, there you go. 9 of Wands is a battle. Uphill battle. Like you versus all the candidates kind of battle. 7 of Pentacles. You've been paid. Now they're waiting on results. Somebody. I don't know who. But your intentions do not seem pure. There is an idealism to you. Maybe you just believe what you say. Maybe you don't work for Putin. Because this is half the outcome card, but it could say something else. Like, she doesn't work for him. She just sounds like she does. So, let's see. There's a new job, new opportunity for you. King of Wands. Desire with the 9 of Cups. And the Star, Future. Knight of Swords. The fear is recklessness. The hope is for change. There's money, news in your environment, and isolation. The Sun, your warning, so illumination. Ace of Cups. Which is why I think recklessness is in your fear. Don't do something that causes people to investigate and follow the money. Because this is literally someone following the money. The Hermit is a person who searches, and then there's money. So I think if they follow the money, then they may, well, dishonor and win at all cost. Dishonor and a win at all cost. Your fear is recklessness, or the fear around you is recklessness. Your warning is illumination. There are two men around you. I don't know who they are, but there's two fire sign men. So Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. And I think that's where your money comes from. That's where, if they follow the money, it would lead to them. But I don't know if anyone will. Now, what I want to know, there's two. There's her and somebody else. Let's see if we can, now we won't get, of course, a name, but we may get a sign. There's another one. Might be the bald guy who was arguing with everybody. He might just be, you know, a contrarian, so he has to disagree with everything you say. Let's see. There's another one in the midst, though. Sorrow, disappointment, anxiety, give and take, Prince of Swords, and the Hangman. Emperor. So there's definitely an inside man changing the outlook. This is the Page of Swords here. This one might come as a surprise. I don't know who it is, though, unfortunately. Because there's regret, sorrow, disappointment. And it's not the Starbucks guy, because he's dead in the water. Dead in the coffee. Nine of Swords, disappointment, anxiety around the compromise. So someone who refuses to give in and give up, who wants total authority. They may be a person in charge now. Loss, Queen, Ace. Yeah, they're gonna do harm though. It might be the fire sign man. I want to look at Tulsi a little bit more. You get these. These are my serious cards. So, Tulsi Gabbard. Let's just look at you. Who are you? Why are you? That came up for you the last time. Now, I don't show these cards in full. Like, I don't hold them up to the camera because they're a little graphic sometimes, which is why they're my serious cards. Let's see if we can't find out who she is. See if you got some overseas connections or dark money connections. Because if you're on the left and Republicans like you, I mean, come on. Then tax the rich has never come out of your mouth, for sure. So, 5 of disc. There is a shun being thrown out in the cold. 4 of disc. Resistant to change. I think this is something above you without being the Hierophant. Because it's not, okay, then there's the moon and Page of Cups. So surprise and, okay, so the Hierophant tells me about a establishment steeped in tradition. So the government, churches, something that is a little harder to move traditionally, legislatively, morally, whatever. It's like almost set in stone type of thing. When I get the thrown out in the cold and then the 4th disc, what I get is a resistant to change, as in a person or a business. Like we have a set rule and a set of rules that we go by that we're not going to waver on. You can have them waver on it just with enough pressure. It's harder for the government and the church to move than it is someone independent. And so there is a structure behind you that's not a government and it's not a church. It's independent. Like a Eric Prince Blackwater type thing. Like there's a pushing out of what they don't want and a clinging and resistant to what's trying to come in. Not Eric Prince and Blackwater she's connected to, but that's just what popped into my head. But there is an emotional attachment, so there is a partnership to something that isn't quite clear. Ace of Swords, there is truth. You are bound by something. It comes right underneath the structure, that resistance to change. 7 of Cups, confusion. Page of Wands is information. And the Chariot, I think that is what you are for. It's just to plant dissension. And it is working. So far. 8 of Wands, communication. 2 of Cups, corroboration. There's a Knight of Cups yet again. The Knight of Cups is, it looks good on the outside, but it means nothing on the inside. And then indecision, dissension. Crossroads, you're meant to sow some havoc. Just to have people think, so that you can get the Ken Bones of the world to be an undecided voter in the 11th hour. Wheel of Fortune, time, the Emperor, challenge, authority, 2 of Wands, preparation, and money with the Page of Disc. The Emperor yet again. So you work for someone with authority. You work for someone. Let's see if we can't find out who. I feel they're in land management of some sort, but I'm going to use different cards. Since I got all the same ones, let's call it a bad shuffle. Like I didn't shuffle completely. Because these cards were just in the last reading we did. Let's see who this person is if we can. Three of Swords, Page of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, a Tower, Ace, 10, 3, 10, 4. We still get land, like land management of something, like a land company, or something to do with land contracts or land something. She works for someone in charge of land development, or land management, or land something. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's who I see her connected to, that could possibly be swaying her when she speaks. I mean, it's you know, not necessarily you're a Russian stew just because you don't agree with everybody, but you are definitely not here to win an election. You're here to sow dissent and split the vote. Therefore, that feels like a Russia connection, because that's what they want. That's their ultimate goal. So we'll look at her. If she doesn't drop out, we'll look at her again, definitely.